Good morning, all. Today we will discuss Unit 2. In what the title of the Unit 2 is the Transaction Flow Testing and Data Flow Testing. Transaction Flow and Data Flow Testing. So in this Unit 2, we have two parts. We have to learn about the two parts called what is a transaction flow testing and what is a data flow testing. Okay. The concepts involved in transaction flow testing are transactions flows. What is a transaction flows? What is a transaction flow testing? In data flow testing, we have to learn about the basics of data flow testing, strategies in data flow testing, applications of data flow testing. This has to be learned in unit 2. Okay, first we will learn about the first part called transaction flow testing. Okay, what is meant by a transaction flows? So before going to the transaction flows, we have to know what is a transaction, what is the meaning of a transaction. I think everyone has heard about the word transaction regularly. So the best example of transaction is ATM center, withdrawal of amount of or depositing an amount of in the ATM center. So here there we do the transactions, the best example of the transactions. So here what are the transactions will be performed in the ATM center is we will do some withdrawal operation. That withdrawal operation is considered as a transaction. So that is a transaction. So we can define a transaction. When you're performing a withdrawal operation, that transaction will have different set of operations. So a transaction can be defined as a set of statements or unit of works handled by a system user. So is this transaction is handled by the system user. Okay, this transaction is defined as a set of statements. A single transaction will contain the set of statements or unit of work. A single unit also is considered as a transaction. A set of operation is considered as a transaction, whereas a single unit of work is also considered as a transaction. That transaction has to be handled by the system user. So generally a transaction will contain a set of operations. While doing a withdrawal operation in ATM center, it will contain multiple operations. Simply withdrawal cannot be done by the single operation. It has to be taken different operation like inserting card and entering pin value and entering the amount. These are operations has to be done. Multiple operations has to be performed. Inserting card is a one operation, and selecting which operation has to be performed, that is withdrawal operation or balance checking operation. These operations is another operation. And when you're going to a withdrawal operation, again it will ask another question called enter the pin number followed by the amount. These are all operations coming together is called a transaction. When a single transaction has to be performed, it will include set of operations. Say it is called as a transaction is a collection of operations that are required for handling a particular transaction. If a particular transaction has to be performed, it obviously contains a set of operations. Okay, when a transaction is executed, it contains an entry point and exit point. So a particular transaction మీరు execute చేయాలంటే obviously we are telling that a transaction is contain a set of operations. Which operation has to be executed first, which operation has to be executed next? Means inserting the card is the first operation, finally withdrawing the amount is the last operation. But the system cannot understand which is the first operation, which is the second operation. So these transactions have, that's why the transaction, when executing a set of operations, it has to perform, it should have an entry point and an exit point. When execution of a transaction begins at the entry point and end of the transaction and at the exit point will be done, thereby producing some result. Whenever the exit point is completed, then the result will be produced. Whenever the exit point of the ATM center is, after exit point is completed, that amount will be withdrawn, that amount will be come out from the machine. That is called the end point. So compulsory when a particular transaction is performed, it should have an entry point as well as an exit point. This entry point is also called a birth point, and exit point is also called a death point. Okay. Finally, the transaction the transaction is no longer in the system. Whenever transaction is performed and it is completed, the process that has been done by the transaction, the process has been done, is not saved in the system. Okay, the transaction is no longer in the system. After completion of the transaction, it is completed there. So that information will not be stored in that particular system. Okay. So the result finally stored in the form. Where the result will be stored means these all information will be stored in record format. So database లో ఎక్కడో మనకి స్టోర్ అయ్యి ఉంటుంది. ఆ సిస్టమ్ లో ఎక్కడ మనకి స్టోర్ అవ్వదు. ఆ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అంటే ఏటీఎం సెంటర్ లో ఎక్కడ మనకి స్టోర్ అవ్వదు. The information will store in the backend part. Database లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. In the record formats లో మనకి స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. That is called the transactions. So in the transaction first we have to know what is a transaction. Transaction is nothing but a set of collection of operations which is performed by the system user. So these operations will come when these operations are executed, it should have the entry point as well as an exit point, and finally the result will be produced. Okay. Finally, after the completion of the transaction, no, the system does not have the details in the system. Okay, these details are all stored in the record formats. Finally, all the results are finally stored in the record format. This is called the transaction. Now we will see a small example of the transaction. How when a transaction is performed, what will be the different operations in that particular transaction. For example, we are taking in a transaction online information retrieval system. So in this online information retrieval system, we are retrieving some information from the online database. Online database లో some information మనం retrieve చేస్తున్నాం. So when you are doing a retrieving process from the online, first the user will send a request to the system. Request అనేది పంపిస్తాం. Request పంపించిన తర్వాత in that processing will be done from different operations లో process జరిగి finally the result will be sent to the user. So this is the single transaction. దాన్ని మనం ఒక single transaction అని అంటాం. When these performing a single transaction, obviously multiple operations will be performed in the transaction. So see there. So initially when a transaction starts with the accept input, when a transaction starts, it will contain an accept input. That is the birth transaction. Where the transaction has to be start is the accept input. What input the user is sending, that input will be accepted. That is called tentative birth. Next, what information or what input is sent by the user will be checked that it is valid or not. That can be performed to the next stage or not. That is the second point. So these are the steps that involved in the single transaction. First, it will accept the input. Next, we'll check that the input is valid or not. So whenever it is valid, the birth will be start. So when accept input, it is a tentative birth. Tentative birth means either the input has to be accepted or not. Next one is when input is valid, which is sent by the user is valid, it is confirmed, then the birth will be start. Next, after finalizing that the input is valid, a request will be acknowledgement request will be sent to the user. Transmit acknowledgement to the requester. Next, input processing will be done. It will process the input based upon the user's request. Next, searching files. Which file has to be retrieved? A searching process will be done. Next, request direction from the user. The searching process completed. The searching process is done based upon the request of the user. So next one, accept input. So up to request direction from user, these are the operations that are done based upon the user ki sambandhinchina operations ivani. Next, accept input. So from this accept input, the system processing will be done. Accept input. So it will accept input and validate input. The final result will be validate. Process request, update file. If for example I'm retrieving some information or updating some information, that will be updated. Next, transmit out. The final result will be transmitted to the user. Whenever the final input is transmitted, record transaction in log and cleanup. So whatever the transaction is performed, these are all stored in the log, record logs. Logs is nothing but it stores the status of the transaction. Whenever the transaction start, the log will also start recording from birth to end, from the birth to end, the status of the transactions will be status of the transactions will be recorded. Whenever the final output is retrieved and it is sent to the user, the log will be clear. So the record log will be clear and that particular transaction goes to the death state. Okay, so these are the steps that involves to perform a transaction. One is accept input, validate input, transmit acknowledge to request, do input process, search files, request direction from the user, and again the accept input, validate input, process request. From this accept input, validate, so same operation that is we have seen in the first part, accept input, validate input, is again done in accept input, validate input. These first two accept input, validate input is sent by the user point of view. Here the system will process this accept input, validate input. So finally when it reaches the transmission node, the record will clear the logs and clean up the logs. These are the points that involve when you are performing a single transaction. Okay, transaction is nothing but a set of operations. This set of operation is performed based upon these 12 statements, these 12 operations. Whenever these 12 operations are completed, finally it reaches to the birth state to the death state. Compulsory a transaction should have a birth state and death state. Birth state is also called as entry point. The death state is also called exit point. So next we have to know what is a transaction flow. We have up to now we have seen what is a transaction, then what is a transaction flow and how they occur. So what is a transaction flow? Flow is nothing but the flow of the transaction. Which point has to be executed first? Which point as a operation has to be executed first? Which operation has to be executed next? So this flow decides the way of execution of the transaction. Okay, this flow occurs the structural and behavioral model of the system. So the flow, whatever the flow you are representing for a transaction, it will represent the structural and behavioral model of the system. Is similar which you have seen in the control flow graph. So either the control flow graph you have seen the representation of the flow of the graph, control how you are controlling the flow is same as in the transaction. It is also controlling in the transaction flow graph, where a transaction flow graph is represents or it used to represent the structure and behavior model of the system, which is similar to the control flow graph. Generally, a transaction flow graphs is processed in forms. Forms ka represent chestam. A transaction flow graphs is represented in these forms. These forms will contain several pages. These pages again contains a record. In these records, we will contain the attributes and fields, attributes and tuples, and the data will be stored in the record. So transaction flow is processed in the form of forms. Each form consists of several pages and with records and fields in it. So from records and from the fields and attributes, the information will retrieve through the pages and then finally it will send to the forms. Akkadi nunchi manaki information anedi vastundi. So transaction flow is processed in forms. Each forms consist of several pages with records and fields. Okay. So these transaction flow process will taken place by the terminal controller. So terminal controller ద్వారా మనకి ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఫ్లో గ్రాఫ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ అనేది మనకి జరుగుతుంది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ meant by terminal controller? So terminal controller is nothing but a device that collects traffic from a set of terminals and directs them to a concentrated. So terminal controller అనేది మనకు ఒక డివైస్. ఇట్ కలర్స్ ది ట్రాఫిక్ ఫ్రమ్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ టెర్మినల్స్. డిఫరెంట్ టెర్మినల్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి ట్రాఫిక్స్ ని కలెక్ట్ చేసుకుని అండ్ డైరెక్ట్స్ టు ద టెర్మినల్ విచ్ యూ వాంట్. ఏ ఆన్లైన్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ కాబట్టి ఏ టెర్మినల్ దగ్గర మీరు వెళ్ళి ఆన్లైన్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చేస్తున్నారో ఆ టెర్మినల్ కి మనకి కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం ఏదైనా ఒక హోమ్ పేజ్ని ఓపెన్ చేయాలనుకో ఆ హోమ్ పేజ్ టెర్మినల్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి మనకు ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అనే ప్రాసెస్ జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, ద సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ టేకెన్ యాజ్ టెర్మినల్ కంట్రోలర్ టు ప్రాసెస్ ది ఫార్మ్స్. సో జనరలీ transaction flow is processed in forms. So these forms are processed by the terminal controller. Systems taken as a terminal controller to process these forms, and those forms which are located on the central computer. So we have different forms. Transactions flow lo manaki different forms ఉంటాయి. It does not execute all forms. So ఆ details అన్ని forms కి ఏది మీరు retrieve చేయాలనుకుంటూ which one you want to retrieve, it will directly goes to that forms and retrieve. ఆ forms కూడా it has to be reside or it has to be located in the central computer. ఏదైతే మనకి సెంట్రల్ కంప్యూటర్ మీద లొకేట్ అయి ఉందో that forms will be processed by the terminal controller. Okay, and a request for processing. So those forms will be located on the central processor, requested for processing. That will be does the process. Okay, the output of each page is transmitted by the terminal controller to the central computer. Finally, whatever the process is done in the forms is which is located in central computer, it sends to the terminal. The terminal will be processed, and after completion of the process is completed, again this terminal controller sends the output to the central computer. From that central computer, it will reach us to the user. Okay, the terminal controller in turn transmits a code to the user to check the input. So em chestundi terminal controller transmits the code to the user to check the input. Whichever the input the user will send, it will check with the input which is sent by the user. Okay, transaction flow is nothing but it represents the structural and behavioral model of the system. Each transaction flow is processed in the form of forms. Each forms consist of several pages with records and fields. Okay, the processing of the forms is done by the terminal controller. It processes the forms which are resides in the central computer, and finally after completion of the process, it will again send to the central computer. Finally it sends to the user. This is the way of the transaction flow will be done. Okay, so the next is this diagram. This is the way that whatever transaction flows has to be done. So this is an example of the transaction flow graph. So we have seen what is a transaction, how the transaction has to be represented, what are the steps that are involved in the transaction, and how the transaction flow will be represented, and how they occur. These are the points we have discussed in today's class. Okay, in the next class we will see about how the transaction has to be represented, what are the operations that are performed, how it has to be represented. We will see in the next class. Thank you all.